Have you ever pondered how one civilization once dominated nearly the entire known world, only to ultimately crumble? How can something so mighty, so advanced, simply vanish? Today, we'll explore the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, a remarkable chapter in human history. More importantly, what can its journey teach us about power, leadership, and life today? Believe it or not, Rome's tale speaks volumes beyond ancient history. It serves as a cautionary tale. Over 2,000 years ago, Rome began as a modest city in what is now Italy. It lacked wealth. It lacked influence. It lacked distinction. Yet what Rome possessed was ambition. Through careful strategy, grit, and relentless growth, Rome forged one of the mightiest armies ever known. They claimed lands across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. At its zenith, the Roman Empire stretched from Britain to Egypt. Picture that. No airplanes. No internet. No modern communication. Still, they governed millions spanning 3 continents. Rome's might wasn't solely due to its military strength. It thrived on organization. They constructed roads lasting to this day. They established advanced legal frameworks that shaped today's laws. They devised engineering methods impacting architecture for eras. Aqueducts. Amphitheaters. Concrete buildings that have endured through millennia. The Colosseum stands tall as testament. Rome was more than an empire. It represented a functioning system. But here's where the story turns intriguing. Rome didn't plummet overnight. It didn't simply lose a single battle and fade away. It gradually eroded from within. And here is where history becomes enlightening. Initially, Rome was a republic. Power was shared among many. Leaders were chosen by the people. Checks and balances existed. But as time passed, corruption took root. Greed plagued politicians. Power concentrated in the hands of a few. Military figures began to vie for dominance. One pivotal moment involved Julius Caesar. A brilliant military leader. A cherished hero to some. A perceived threat to others. Upon declaring himself dictator for life, some viewed him as Rome's savior. Others considered him a destroyer of democracy. In 44 BCE, he met his end. But rather than balance being restored, chaos erupted. Civil wars ensued. Ultimately, Rome morphed from a republic into an empire under Augustus. And for a time, it thrived. This era came to be known as the Pax Romana, a long period of relative peace and prosperity. Trade surged. Cities blossomed. Culture flourished. Rome appeared invincible. Yet beneath the surface, fractures were developing. The empire grew too vast to manage. Corruption sank deeper. Economic disparity rose. Citizens felt the weight of heavy taxes. Political instability became commonplace. Emperors came and went quickly, some lasting merely a few months before being ousted. Then external pressures emerged. Germanic tribes began pressing against Roman borders. The frequency of invasions escalated. The military stretched thin. But here's a critical point: Rome wasn't undone by any single foe. It was initially weakened from within. By the time outside forces attacked, the empire was already fragile. In 476 CE, the Western Roman Empire fell. The once mighty superpower was no more. Consider that, An empire that endured for over 1,000 years, collapsed in the end. Now, here's the question that ties this tale to our times: why should we care? Because the lessons from Rome's decline are profound. First, power isn't eternal. Not governments. Not economies. Not corporations. Second, internal strife can be more perilous than outside dangers. When faith in leadership wanes, corruption spreads, and inequality grows, stability may erode away. Lastly, innovation and strength must continually evolve. Rome struggled to adapt to shifting economic and military challenges. If systems become rigid, they fracture. Looking at our modern world, we spot echoes of Rome. Political division. Economic disparity. Rapid growth. Technological advancement outpacing society's ability to adapt. History may not repeat exactly, but it often resonates. And that's why Rome intrigues people throughout the United States, Europe, India, and beyond. It feels relatable. It serves as a reflection. Yet, Rome's narrative isn't solely about its downfall. It also embodies legacy. Roman law shaped contemporary legal systems. Roman architecture influenced cities around the Western world. Latin turned into a backbone for numerous modern languages. Even today, we draw upon concepts crafted by Roman scholars. In many aspects, Rome never truly vanished. It evolved. Perhaps that's the most vital lesson of all. Even when systems crumble, ideas endure. Civilizations may rise and fall, but knowledge, culture, and human ambition persist. Thus, studying Rome means delving into our own selves, our strengths, our flaws, our repetitive cycles. The tale of the Roman Empire serves as a reminder that greatness requires discipline, unity, and the capacity to adapt. Decline often begins subtly, through complacency, division, and corruption. The next time you witness political strife, economic struggle, or debates about leadership, remember Rome. Because history isn't merely what has passed, it teaches us lessons. And sometimes, it provides warnings. If you enjoy exploring history's depths that connect our past to present, stay tuned.